Hi there and welcome back to Japan, where we're going to be checking out a little bit more of Silent Siren with a song where there they are. James complained in our previous live stream as a small business owner, he was very unhappy about their treatment of hotel facilities and his belief that they had not properly booked. I wouldn't complain, personally, but then again, I don't want to upset a small business owner.
I'm going to touch your face. All right. Blew a breath right in my face.
Hashtag March 2020. Stay safe, don't touch your face.
Season.
You're not allowed to say that word apparently on YouTube. I have to bleep you out or something. All right, anyway.
Fun.
Just to cover, as anyone who is probably following this channel already know, the thing which I really like about Silent Siren is that although they are more of a poppy-inflected band, one of the reasons why we're big supporters of what they do is that they are doing pop music with a real musical quality. Now, most of the songs we hear to varying levels, obviously we're always honest with the channel about the ones that are better and the ones that are not as good. The thing that they always carry over is that they do a mixture of different emotions in their songs, but there's always a sense of quality and integrity to everything they do, which comes through in the musicianship, the performance, everything. So looking forward to seeing this. And usually their videos are quite interesting. They're quite fun on their upbeat videos and quite interesting on the ones which are different moods. This song is called, let me see if I can read it, Sayonara Hibiya. So goodbye Hibiya, Hibiya being a part of Tokyo. So Sayonara Hibiya. Yes. Let's check this out. Sayonara Hibiya.
It's a small park near Shinagawa, I believe. Hibiya Park.
Hibiya Park is in Hibiya by the... it's actually really near to Ginza, Tokyo Station and the Imperial Palace. Sorry.
So goodbye.
But Shinagawa's kind of on that part.
It is, yeah.
And yeah, anyway, we're going to check this one out. One thing I know from the thumbnail of this is a split screen video cut into 4, I believe. So I don't know if it's going to be that way all the way through, but if it is, then we're going to have to watch a lot at once. Here we go. Oh God, it is, yeah. Smooth jazz. Oh, hashtag no bias, bottom left. Interesting beat to this. I like the sort of little slide of the hats and the snare. Simple but very, very funky. For instance, I don't know what kind of chorus we're going to get here. We're going to get a big chorus or a smooth chorus? Very funky. And where are they going? Very long held chords in this chorus, so you can really feel them accenting the mood change of each chord change. So they're all now in like the Hibiya Park area. This kind of works, it's simple. Again, the little keyboard lines keeping things interesting there. Taking that simple guitar and bass line and just adding a little bit of harmony to the backing. got a bit semi-sonic closing time now. We're just seeing them in the back of each other's shots.
I'm looking at where they cross over.
Yeah. You can see them crossing over.
There you go.
Yeah.
They're crossing over.
No product placement, we swear.
Why, what did you see?
The headphones were like right in my face.
Oh, she's going to have to wash that bread.
Oh, Yuka, someone help her, #nobias.
How are you going to wash that bread?
Yeah, wet bread.
Big mistake letting that bread touch the ground, I tell you.
25-second rule.
Yeah, capital city, public park, pavement.
This is very interesting because the song's quite simple, but it's got just enough detail to keep it interesting, and it's got quite a nice. The mood's so nice, and the long-held chords gives it enough emotional impact to kind of get under your skin. Kind of seeps in. It's one of those songs that grows on you, I think.
Those women are clumsy.
Huh?
Those women are clumsy. They're all dropping things and forgetting things.
That's how friendships start. I was about to say, I have to speed up Yuka's footage. She will never cross that road. Takes forever to get across there. Sue just met someone. Who's she met?
Is she giving out leaflets? That's a bit informal, isn't it, for Japan? Don't touch hands.
Again, I like how when the vocal ended and it went down to instrumental there, you still had, it was simple, but it still had enough to keep it sounding kind of thick and atmospheric. That was interesting. That was not what I expected at all.
Is that the sort of music they typically do? Very poppy?
Well, I mean, this is the thing. Like I say, they are normally very poppy and accessible, but the details of their music is often very different. From one song to the next, they really do change the tone, the feeling, the emotion of the songs. Like I say, they tend to be accessible in that most of their songs are relatively, they're sort of universal emotions, but they're quite sincere. And that's kind of what I felt about this again. It felt, the musicianship was really good and it was all in the subtleties. There was nothing overly showy, but I was really impressed by the drum line. I have sometimes been critical with their drum lines, the fact they sometimes fall back on that sort of almost disco shuffle style kick, hat, snare, hat, kick, hat, snare, hat thing of it. This was interesting. There was a lot of delicacy. You could hear it right from the beginning in the way that she was sort of bouncing off of the hat. And if you're not familiar with how like a hi-hat on a drum kit works, it's basically two metal cymbals together. So you get sound when you hit it, but you can also use a kick pedal to release it and you get like a just by using the pedal. And then you hit it for a little sound as well. So you can get 3 different sounds out of it. So you can really delicately play and adjust the sort of shape and the balance of that cymbal to get a lot of sounds. And she was doing a lot of playing around with that and coming off of the snare drum. So the beat was really interesting. Again, simple with just the right details in the right places. The guitar and the bass didn't do a huge amount in this song. They seem to be basically pinning a sort of a core, sort of funky, smooth thing going on. Again, I think that they benefit from having keyboards. #nobias. They can benefit from having keyboards because of the fact that they always have that extra sound that they can run through everything, thicken it up, add a little bit of harmony into the instrumentation where other bands wouldn't be able to. And it had a nice, simple melody. One last thing I'll add before I pass it over to James is I do think that where sometimes it can be a bit boring to have songs that have a 4-chord chorus and very long holds of each chord, the vocal melody was moving enough that each chord represented the backing to a fair amount of vocal melody. So each time the chord changed, it felt like quite a significant shift. So I think the writing of the chorus, slow and simple, but it had more impact each time there was a chord change. Anyway, that's me waffling on about musicality.
That was nice, wasn't it? Kind of nice and gentle and poppy, and it's got those soft lyricism and harmonic, and I think that will have its fans. It'll keep the fans happy. It's nothing too dramatic.
Yeah, it's
lots of. I can't do high tones because of my throat right now, but lots of "I love you" kind of typical stuff.
Love the face he did with that.
Yeah. It's pop music, isn't it? Little cute Japanese girls telling you they love you.
Just to point out, we obviously, as you guys know, we record these reviews in a row, and just before this, we were listening to the new Maximum the Hormone song. So James is just coming down off of a bit of a change of tone.
So 10 minutes ago it was meat, consume, kill, wash, and now it's I love you.
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that.
So James is not so familiar with doing these reviews back to back.
That's fine.
But interesting. Just to give a quick mention to the video. I thought the video was an interesting idea. I don't know if it necessarily worked. You could kind of it kind of worked as fan service. I get the feeling that this song anyway didn't feel like
especially the sort of stalkery tone of the video. You stalk quadruple stalk.
Stalk your favourite member. Not the hashtag nobias, we wouldn't do that. The thing is, though...
Hashtag no bias. We're not biased against stalkers.
We're all for stalking. Wait, what?
We're against it as well, so,
I guess we're biased against stalking. Hashtag bias. Hashtag bias.
Sorry, stalkers.
Hashtag stalker bias.
Sorry, stalkers.
Yeah, sorry. But I thought with the video, it was nice, but it didn't quite 100% land. It felt like it was kind of higher concept when it delivered on.
Are they moving main offices or something?
It did look a little bit like that. It was kind of hard to tell what the actual point of this was.
We found cheaper rent somewhere else.
And it's like, we want an excuse for everyone to communicate, so let's drop things. It kind of felt like it wasn't
very
necessarily
clumsy women.
It wasn't as high concept as I think they wanted it to be. However, it was nice. I think this song anyway didn't have, considering this album that this comes from already had some pretty big singles on it. This feels kind of like more of those songs that's released towards the end because there's some spare budget. So it's
easy listening, isn't it?
Let's take some cameras, go to the park outside. Like you say, there's a few record companies around Hibiya anyway.
But unfortunately, of course, you can't get the cameras in each other's shots. So they probably did have to film it 4 times.
Well, you could tell that this is why the speeding up, slowing down thing was really easy, because you first of all could make the footage link without having to think about timings, and second of all meant that you didn't have to have everything particularly accurate when they met, because it's congruent. I can't remember what the word is. The 2 bits of footage going together didn't have to sync up in the speed as well. So there was a lot of techniques that basically made this look like
cheap to make. It is. It's just.
For
going outside with a couple of cameras.
Considering what it is, probably a single that they didn't put a huge amount of stock behind, which was had a fairly low budget, obviously. They did a nice video to go with it. So I guess if you look at it in that concept, I'm glad it exists. They could have easily have just not bothered. So I'm glad that they did that. But yeah, I think it is what it is. It feels like a sort of one of those
and gentle and
easy listening,
gentle, nice. Yeah,
let's release it because it's catchy enough sort of singles.
Exactly. Yeah.
And also, I should point out, considering some of the more upbeat and heavy tone stuff on this album, this is the same album that the song "Knife" was on, which is obviously one of their much more sort of impassioned songs. This again shows that it works as a nice concept. But anyway, we'll be coming back to do a full track by track album review of that eventually when we get there. I just hit myself in the glasses. So as always, get in the comments. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you think about all of this. Yeah. And for all of the usual things, like, subscribe, smash that bell.
Yeah, nothing funny about that sentence.
And obviously you can leave comments, like I say. You can get in the description where there's links to our Reddit, which has the suggestion thread for if you want to suggest songs for us to listen to. Discord for if you want to talk all day long to us, because we love to waffle about music with our community on Discord. And of course there is the Patreon, just in case you got a few spare pennies and you want to help us keep this running show, because we don't get paid by YouTube.
Posters, CDs,
light. See, that's what it's like without the light. That's what it's like with the light. Amazing. And obviously it keeps me able to occasionally buy a beer, which helps me review.
So I say, what a difference an LED makes.
28 LEDs in close succession. So for now, from Japan, thank you so much for tuning in. Until we see you soon on the next video. Ciao, ciao. Thanks for watching. Feel free to check out more of our hundreds of videos we got online on this channel right now, or get involved in the discussion with us at the many social media links we've got in the description below, where you can suggest new videos and artists for us to check out on the channel. Or you can just do the usual YouTube stuff and comment, like, subscribe. You know how this works by now.